Hello everybody, welcome to my podcast. The energy is very, very messy right now. There's a lot of negative energy around, people are a bit frightened, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, and you might be picking that up. And I want to do this special one because if you are picking it up, you need to realise how to protect yourself. In this world of energy, and that's what we're in, there will be energies that are good for you and energies not so good. There'll be high vibrational energy, but there'll also be low vibrational energy. And you need to understand that we live in this big swirling mass of energy. You need to protect yourself, particularly right now, because you can't do a lot about what's happening in the world, but you can in your little world, in your little personal world. It's hard to comprehend, but people actually do send bad energy. They do it two ways. They do it on purpose. They just send you bad energy to you. They wish bad things to you. They might be saying horrible things, and I hope you get sick and whatever. And people do this. And they also do it unconsciously. So if they're angry with you or they hate you right now, whatever, that actual energy will actually come to you because you're connected to them, because you have that connection. And because you have a connection, the energy is flowing backwards and forwards between you. So they've got some bad vibes going on with you. It's going to run down your cord into your aura, and you need to be aware of that. Sometimes you will be aware of it, and you'll know someone's a bit angry with you, they didn't get their own way, or maybe they're a little bit upset with you, and you can feel it. Even if you're not talking, you'll feel it. And that's where you need to put protection up. So I suggest that before you deal with anyone who you either know is sending you bad vibes or is unintentionally sending you bad vibes, that you white light yourself. So that just means you just put yourself in a big bubble of light. If you have vulnerable spots, maybe around your stomach, your heart, your throat, they're really big ones where there's vulnerability, I would actually put like a disc, an energetic disc, like a huge big plate, an energy plate. And if you have to deal with them or talk to them on the phone or do FaceTime with them, you put your big plate up first. And you can still be loving and send love through the plate, your energy plate, but you have protection from them. Some people know they're doing it and they're quite skilled at it. Some people don't realise they're doing it, but they are. And we can do it too. It goes both ways. When I'm angry or cranky with someone, spewing off about it perhaps, I make sure that my intention isn't to send it. Like, I'm just releasing it. And by my intention, I'm not going to send it to them. And even if I'd said something like, I just want to punch him in the nose, if I say that as a human, I will very quickly bring myself back and go, not really, I'm just saying it, I don't want that to happen. Because we're quite powerful in sending energy. If you can send healing energy, of course you can send not good energy. This protection is very important to do, particularly if you are out and about a lot, and maybe you have difficult people around you in your family or friends or at work. If you're going to work, before you walk in the door, just white light yourself and put your dish up. Keep it up. If you land up in a situation with someone and you can feel it, just keep putting the protection between you and them like a screen. I've been in situations where the person starts talking to me and I'll put the screen straight up. It's not a block, it's just a protection. So it kind of bounces off me. Some people use the mirror method. They put mirrors around them that going the other way, like the mirror's not coming towards you, it's going out. Every night when I think about it, I try to wash my aura. I've spoken about this. So you just run the energy down, the white light down to your feet, clearing it off, run it back up to your thing, and then flood yourself with white light and release any negative energy, cut any cords from people. We make cords with people, you see. We make energy cords. I've done quite a few podcasts. You'll see it if you go to my playlists on this channel. The cords are our connection to them, and they're very wonderful, except when bad stuff's happening and you're having a fight. There's many times you can't speak. You can't say what you want to say. The person's not in the right place. Maybe the person's your boss and you can't say it. Maybe your relationship's already a little bit tenuous and you don't want to make it worse. So you have to find ways to protect yourself from this. So there's two things that are happening. One, you're protecting yourself from it coming in, intentionally or unintentionally, but you're also stopping yourself from sending it out. It's very, very important. If you're listening to these podcasts, you're really switched on and you're really intuitive and you have the power to send it. And our human will often want to send it because humans are like that, but our soul will be going, oh, hang on here a minute, don't think you should be doing that. When it's like that, Do your release work to let go of the anger or whatever you got, sadness, hurt, disappointment. Do your work on yourself and then just send them love. Just keep sending them love and send yourself love too. Fill yourself up with love. The world is quite a place to live in. It's very wonderful when there's good vibes coming your way, but when there's bad vibes coming your way, it's not that good. And there are people out there who will psychically attack you. That's a real thing. I've experienced it, and I didn't really know what it was at the beginning, but now I do. If you do get psychically attacked, you can release it and send it to the light. Some people send it back to the person. I tend not to do that. I think I just send it to the light. If you have a really bad experience with someone, get a bath, put salt in it, a lot of salt in it, and have a salt bath and submerge it to clear it all off. Go and have a shower and wash it off. Burn some oil, sage yourself, drum yourself, to use some modalities, ring your bell around yourself. I feel like you need to break up and let go of that energy, and some people are very, very skilled at psychic attack. You will usually feel a psychic attack, and I'll often feel where it hits me. Actually, you feel like the hit, and that's good for you to know where it is, because then when you leave, even if you put your little plate in front of you, just go off and release it and let it go. There are many people in the world, and many people are skilled and can play with energy, and they don't always come from a good place. And anyone who comes from power and control and manipulation will use the power in a really negative way to get what they want, to pay you back. These are the people who love revenge. Revenge is like a form of psychic attack, if you want revenge. People who are in good space and come from love and light might experience the anger and the disappointment, the hurt, but they won't necessarily want bad for that person in a real sense. They'll just be a bit upset for a while and then it passes. This is very important for you because you're very sensitive, and so you're really sensitive to energy, and that's why I'm doing this podcast right now, because right now the energy is really, really bad, I think, because everyone's a bit scared right now that there's going to be a big war. There already is a war, of course, but we're talking about a big, big war, which has great damage for the world. So we're all praying and hoping and sending light to avert it. And I hope it gets averted. I really do. I hope that the people come to a better place with this thing and find new ways of finding peace and making the world safe and loving. Make your world safe and loving now by doing this work. If you have to go to the shops, white light yourself before you go in. If you have to go to a family meeting and maybe there's one or two people who are very difficult, white light yourself before. And you can put layers of it. I've stood there and put 3 layers on white light as the person's talking to me or I'm on the phone. And the other thing is to keep away from them as much as possible, minimise your contact, especially if you're a bit low. If your energy's low, bring them tomorrow, see them next week. You need to protect your energy and keep it strong. This isn't really a nice subject because we don't like to think that people will do this, but it's a real subject because it really does happen and you need to be aware of it, that it is happening. The most important thing is that you can often see where the hit was and then where you start to have trouble and be very aware of that. For example, if they've hit you and put it's like a knife in your heart, sitting there when they did it, you could feel it symbolically. That's where the hit will be, and that's where you need to go and do some healing on it, or in your throat. Often they'll hit you in the third eye too if they're playing psychic games with you and they know how to do spiritual practices to destabilise you on some level. Well, not a very nice subject, I suppose, but a very needed subject because you need to protect yourself. This is a very important thing for you to know, especially if you're working in this area, because your sensitivity to energy will be greater than most people, I believe, and therefore the impact will be greater on you. So I hope you have a good vibes week, as they say, and I'll speak to you soon. Love and light.